Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cards and Coffee. I'm really glad you're here because this episode's gonna be pretty epic. Both Ricardo and I are going to be adding Starter Deck Joey and Starter Deck Pegasus to our collection, and honestly, that's going to make our decks pretty insane. Now, Ricardo does have the Joey starter, so I don't know if he's going to use that much from it right now, but I could definitely see him using the Scapegoat and maybe the Magician of Faith just for generic uses like recycling his spell cards or using Scapegoat to stall if he really wanted to go back on the burn strategy. But honestly, with the cards I got from Starter Deck Pegasus, I am feeling so confident going into this week. Not only do I get Graceful Charity for speed and consistency, but I get some of the staples that Ricardo's already had. Stuff like Change of Heart and Mystical Space Typhoon is now added to the collection, and man, I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on these, honestly. Now this week, opening Legacy of Darkness, there's actually some pretty intense cards in here. Stuff like Last Turn, Yatagarasu, Royal Oppression. A bunch of these cards are banned, and honestly, just pulling one or two of them would be insane. But honestly, this week, no matter how my pulls go, I'm not worried about it because, well, with this starter deck, well, I got a couple tricks up my sleeve for Ricardo. I don't know what route he's going to take this week, but either way, I feel very confident with all the new staples added to my deck. I think this is the first time I actually feel like me and him are actually on a level playing ground as far as staples go. If anything, maybe I'm a little bit ahead now. But before we go open our packs, we're going to go to the winner's wheel again, home sweet home, and we're going to spin the wheel and see how lucky we get. Alright guys, here we are at the winner's wheel, home sweet home. We're gonna spin this. I don't really care what we hit, but honestly, if I can hit something like Ultra or Super, I'd be very happy, but we'll see how lucky we get. I'm really looking forward to this week, with or without amazing card pull. I don't mind. Yes. Okay, cool. Super rare. This is super awesome. Alright, hopping over to Labyrinth of Nightmare, there's a couple super rares that honestly, I'm a little torn between. Now, Jar of Greed would be nice, but honestly, here are the two I'm torn between. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer and Bazu the Soul Eater. Both are searchable by Witch, and both are some amazing beaters that would go perfect with my beat stick strategy that I took last week. But honestly, I'm super torn on what to decide. Honestly, Kaiku would be really good later in the progression series, but Bazu is just so good right now. Being able to bump himself up to 2500 is pretty good because it could run over Jinzo. And as I'm sure you guys have seen in the last couple episodes, Jinzo pretty much runs the show right now, so this is pretty tough. Honestly, okay, as much as I think Bazu is amazing for right now, I think Kaiku just might come in clutch later in the series, so I think my gut's telling me to go with Kaiku. Maybe I'll regret this later down the road, maybe I'll need to search Bazu sometime in this game this week, but I didn't really care what I hit this week anyway. Kaiku is just the icing on the cake. Super excited.
Well guys, I'm pretty torn. On one hand, the win would have been great last week. On the other hand, Justin not walking away from last week with two decks is probably the best thing going forward, because if he had any combination of Starter Deck Joey and Pegasus, or Joey and Yugi, or Yugi and Pegasus, or Joey and Joey, or Pegasus and Pegasus, or for some reason he doubles up on Kaiba, it all could have been disastrous. So this is probably for the best going forward. Would have liked to have pulled up the first hat trick, but I can't complain about where we are right now. I still got the deck I wanted in Starter Deck Joey. I picked up the Scapegoat, the Magician of Faith, the Penguin Soldier, even the second Polymerization, so honestly, I'm eating pretty good today. Legacy of Darkness is the next set, and it has some of the most busted cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh's history, including one of the most legendary inmates of Yu-Gi-Oh! Jail, Yatagarasu. But before I look at Legacy of Darkness, I gotta go back into the Labyrinth one last time and spin the wheel. Let's see what we get. Fate is gonna go ahead and give me a super. So let's pull up the Labyrinth sheet here. Go down to supers. So I got the option here of Kyoko or Bazu. So Bazu is a nice little banishing card that can buff himself. I mean, he is a card that can crash into Jinzo pretty easily. But Kyoko is kind of in the opposite. When he inflicts battle damage, I can banish two cards in my opponent's grave, and they can't banish cards from their graveyard. So this card is one hell of a nice tech card in the coming formats, such as Invasion of Chaos. But Bazu is nice for the right now. I gotta go with Kyoko. Bazu would have been great, but if I can only have the one, it's gotta be Kyoko. Yeah, we got a dedicated Kyoko. Let's go, baby. Ghost busting all day. It makes me feel good.
Alright guys, before we open packs, I just really quickly wanted to run through Starter Deck Pegasus. Honestly, most of the deck is unusable, but I wanted to show you exactly what cards have me so excited about this week. So, notable card right up top, Relinquished, so it's cool that I have this. Got the 2K Defenders, again, this is a little too late for these now, but we got more of them, so that's cool. The Toons made their way in this set as well. I already have a Toon Summon Skull, so that's kind of funny if I ever really wanted to take that route. I also have a Toon World, so technically this starter deck gives me another Toon World and another Toon Summon Skull, I believe. Kind of funny. There is another Hane in here. Again, I don't know if I'm going to play it really. I've kind of moved on past this card. Sonic Bird, just this generic ritual spell support. Mask of Darkness, that completes our set, so if ever there's a trap heavy deck I'm on later in the future, this might come up. Second Man-Eater Bug is pretty cool. This actually might go in the side. There's the Clowns. Shout out to Dream Clown. That's an amazing card. Another Armed Ninja if I really wanted to pop some back row. Again, here's the Toons and the Toon World. Got another Dark Hole. Right now that's not really relevant, but in the future when Dark Hole goes back to 3, having a second copy is actually kind of nice. Now here's the third Fissure. I actually feel like I'm moving away from this card this set, but we'll see how the opening goes, to be honest. But Fissure's still a really good staple card, so I definitely want to include it in the deck in some way. Second D-Spell, that's super amazing. And okay, here's one of the big ones. I finally have my own copy of Change of Heart. I already have Snatch Steal, so adding this to the list, super awesome. And now probably the card I'm most excited about, legitimate back row removal, Mystical Space Typhoon. Honestly, this is one of my favorite quick play spells in the game. It honestly goes to 1 around this time period as well, so I'm glad I have the 1 at least. Here's the other really big card, Graceful Charity. This is going to make my deck so much faster and so much more consistent. Now, we don't have Sinister Serpent in our format just because it was a promo, but I actually have a way that I think I can still abuse this card. I honestly don't want to be in a position where I'm just blind Graceful Charity and really just not generating advantage. I'm going to try to abuse this the best I can, but also play it the best that I can. Now, moving on from that, here's my third Trap Hole. That's super cool. And then I got my first Wabaku that Ricardo has. 7 tools is pretty relevant if ever Ricardo goes very trap heavy in the future. I don't see him doing it now, but maybe I'll put it in the side just in case. A second Ultimate Offering. This card is insane. Another amazing card is Magic Jammer. Just another card to negate spell cards, so that's super relevant because honestly, the strongest cards in the game right now are all spell cards. And of course, Griffin Wing to stop the non-existent Harpy's Feather Duster in our format. But that's pretty much it for the starter. I know Ricardo's going to want to flip through his starter as well and kind of show you what he got. But all in all, the takeaway for me, outside of a couple extra side deck cards, is I'm for sure going to add the Graceful Charity, the MST, and the Change of Heart. We'll see how my polls go this week, and then we'll kind of change things up from there. But just know those cards for sure make it into the main.
Honestly, guys, I'm pretty damn surprised on this one because I thought for certain Starter Deck Joey would be the top pick for both of us, but here I am. Justin had his reasons for picking Pegasus, and I can't really complain. And in a way, this was the best option going forward, and I'm pretty sure I ended up with the better deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at Starter Deck Joey. So starting things off, we have a member of the iconic trio from Duel Monsters, Red Eyes Black Dragon. Probably not going to see play for me, just because it's a level 7 and needs 2 tributes. We got our homie back from episode 1, Spirit of the Harp, shouts out. Gearfried the Iron Knight, who does have a couple of neat little plays here and there, so it might pop up here and there, and it does have a nice 18k attack. Karate Man, Milius Radiant, Time Wizard. I already got Regeki and Dark Hole. I don't really need Time Wizard. We got another Maha Vilo, which could be cool if I can get some better equip cards later down the line. The second Magician of Faith is probably the best card I'm going to get from this deck outside of Scapegoat. We got Big Eye, which I believe I already have. Not really going to see much for me. Sangan would be great if I didn't already have the playset, but White Magical Hat in case I wanted to go the whole hand hate route, which we might have to. I'm hoping to not use White Magical Hat, but we'll see. Penguin Soldier is probably the third best card in this deck, behind Magician of Faith and Scapegoat, though. This card is such a great little disruptor. Up to 2 monsters can just get the hell out of my way. there's no way I'm not running Penguin Soldier. We got Malevolent Uzzer and Dark Hole. We've seen those before. Dark Hole is obviously stable for the deck, but it is at 1. A third Fisher, however, that's pretty damn good for me. I was using Offerings of the Doom because it's a quick play, meaning it gets around Jinzo, but Fisher might just have to be the way to go because having 3 of those is pretty solid, and the draw phase, that does hurt. Change of Heart, again, I've already got it. Block Attack is nice to see. Giant Trunit, we already have it. Reliable Guardian, I have way too many of these. Remove Trap, again, same as Dispel. Reborn, I already have it. I have Call, I got Premature, so this doesn't do anything for me. But it's nice to see it in the starter deck. Again, these starter decks are pretty damn nice to have back in the day. The second Polymerization is really nice. It does open up a lot of potential for me later down the line, but for right now, it's just kind of there. But the absolute undisputed highlight of this deck is Scapegoat. This card is insane. I thought this was going to be the deciding card when it came down to picking decks. I thought this was going to be the prize card. In the Synchro era later down the line, this card is absolutely insane. It's just free material. This card is ridiculous. It is a format defining card, and it shows a hell of a lot of faith on Justin's part that he is willing to give me this card. It means that he really needed the stuff from Pegasus if he's willing to give up Scapegoat. Trap cards, we're seeing a couple of old friends here, just Desert. Again, it's pretty good. Running traps is a little risky, but maybe once Jinzo starts to get phased out a little bit, just Deserts might come back in just to get that extra little nudge. Trap Hole, I now have 2, which is really nice to have, but Justin now has 3, so that's a little sketchy and scary. Again, it is nice to have though. Wabuko is pretty nice to have. I do have Wabuko at 2 now, and I have Karibo, so I do have anti-attack options. Will I be using it? Probably not, but it's there, and it is nice to think about. 7 tools. I'm pretty sure I have a Magic Jammer for Metal Raiders. It's hard to remember at this point, but this, if I'm not mistaken, this was the one counter trap I was missing from that set, so very excited to have it alongside my double Solums and the Horn of the Heaven. Overall, it's a pretty solid deck. It does lack some of the instant firepower that Yugi had with stuff like Last Will, but I can't complain because I got Scapegoat. Pegasus would have been nice for that second MST and the Graceful Charity, but man, to me, Scapegoat is the card, so I'm pretty excited about this one. Really hoping that these new starter decks help get us out of the stall and burn format that I've been in for the past couple of weeks. So overall, pretty excited about this and looking forward to where things go from here. As I said earlier, Legacy of Darkness is a pretty busted pack. It features some of the most legendary ban cards in the game, including one half of the Yada lock, Yatagarasu himself. This set introduces spirit monsters. For those of you that don't know, spirit monsters are special in that when you summon them, at the end of the turn, they're bounced back to your hand by their own effect. This set, of course, introduces the most legendary of the spirit monsters, Yatagarasu. It's a card that, when it inflicts damage, your opponent does not get to draw next turn. If I pull a Yatagarasu, of course I'm going to use it because it's absolutely insane, but more than anything from this set, I want to pull Reinforcements of the Army. That card is absolutely insane going forward, the best search card in the game. Aside from Yada and Rhoda, this set also has Royal Oppression, which is an absolutely stupidly busted card, and the upgrade to Trap Hole, Bottomless Trap Hole. This set just delivers.
Alright guys, so we're going to be doing 24 packs here. There's a lot of really good stuff in this set. Honestly, I got my fingers crossed for some of the spirit monsters maybe. Honestly, there's stuff in every rarity from this set that we could probably use, but we'll see how it goes today. I'm feeling really good now that we have the starter decks. Even if I pull complete trash today, I still feel pretty confident coming into this episode. I have a little bit of spice just ready to go for Ricardo. But anyway, so let's get into this 24 packs of Legacy of Darkness. Alright, so first pack, we'll see how well we do. Again, I don't really mind if I don't open anything really good this set, because I already know with this starter deck, I'm going to have a really cool strategy this week. So, alright, first pack, and nothing. Alright, second pack, nothing again. Bummer. Huh.
It's time to see what we get here. Here's pack number 1, and starting off, I've got nothing great. Pack number 2, we've got Royal Oppression. The card I was just talking about is stupidly busted, and I did not realize it was a rare. In modern day Yu-Gi-Oh, this card would be a short printed secret, and it would cost $80, and it'd be the only good card in the set. Pack number 3, I've got this. I got Yatagarasu. I was gonna make a joke about this thing being furry bait, but I got Yatagarasu. So far, so good, guys. If I can see Rhoda, Fiber Jar. Are you fucking shitting me? So in the span of 4 packs, I've gotten Royal Oppression, Yatagarasu, and now Fiber Jar.
All right, next pack. Ooh, okay, super rare Fiend Skull Dragon. I don't know if this is ever going to come up. Maybe later down the line with like Magical Scientist or Metamorphosis even. But we'll see if ever that comes up or not. But it's a super good fusion to add to the extra deck, honestly. So super juiced about that. Oh, no way. Yatagarasu is like the pinnacle of hand control at this time. Honestly, I think I'm going to have to play this card. There's no way around it. Being searchable by Witch and Sangan, there's just going to be too many ways that I could potentially clear the board and then summon this card and just poke to stop Ricardo from playing. I can't believe I pulled Yata. Honestly, I wasn't even factoring this in when it came to building my deck this week. This could be really unhealthy. Ooh, ultra rare. Kind of useless, honestly, but it's cool that I have it. I don't know if I'll play it, but it'd be pretty funny to resolve his effect. There's also Super Rejuve. I think this is like my 2nd or 3rd already, so I'm super happy with that. Next pack. Nothing.
All I need is a Rhoda. If I can get the Rhoda, I pulled everything I needed from this set. I pulled that other Spirit Monster. Yeah, damn. I'm spent, bro. That was incredible. Okay, Super Rejuvenation. Glad I got that. I got a couple packs left. Hopefully I can pull at least one more. There's a second one. Let me see a third, baby. Man, I'm really hoping to see that Rhoda.
Ooh, there's a good one. Royal Oppression. I'm glad I pulled at least one because this will get banned eventually, so having one in the arsenal just in case, honestly, it's going to be really, really clutch, especially when the speed of the game is cranked up. Oh, no way. 2 secret rares. Injection Fairy Lily. This is awesome because it's just a generic out to Jinzo that's searchable by Witch and by Sangan, and in addition, I can float into it with Giant Rat. Dude, okay. This is awesome. Honestly, I came into this set just hoping for the best, and honestly, I'm getting the best. It's pretty crazy. I don't know what Ricardo's going to do to change his strategy up, but the more cards I'm getting, the more and more insane it gets. All right, next pack. Man, this opening's insane. Oh, it keeps getting better, man. A 2nd Royal Oppression and a creature swap in ultra rare. This card doesn't compare to like Change of Heart and Snatch Deal, but honestly, this card is pretty hilarious, especially because it's permanent. Honestly, mixing this stuff with my floaters and my searchers actually sounds pretty crazy, especially since I'm adding Yata too. That's going to be pretty crazy. Oh, another ultra rare Marauding Captain. Well, this card's not going to really do anything for me right now, but maybe in the Exceed format, it might help me get to rank 3s if we really pull something like that. Heart of Clearwater, that's a cool spell card for like Insector format in the future, but yeah, man, Marauding Captain, super legit.
Alright, we got a couple packs left. I really want to see the Rhoda though. Okay. Alright, here we go, guys. Last pack. Provisions. Man, I mean, this first couple packs is just insane to me. I got Oppression, I got Yatagarasu, got the Fiber Jar. I mean, I'm doing good. Man, I want to see the Rhoda. Bottomless Trap would have been great too, but I can't complain. I mean, those 3 cards alone are ridiculous. I got the Super Rejuvenation set. Honestly, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm trying to fathom what the hell I'm gonna do. There's no way that I lose this one. Oh my god. I'll see you guys. It's time to build.
Coming up on the end, a couple packs left. Last turn. This card is so unhealthy. Okay, honestly, since I only have one, I really don't know if it's going to be consistent, but I did pull a Jowgen before, so technically I could bring Jowgen out and then he doesn't get to summon anything and it's just an auto win. I don't know if I'm going to do it, honestly. It's super cancerous, super unfair, but I just don't see myself doing it, honestly. Okay, we're just going to go to the last pack here. Nothing really much to say. This set opening was pretty crazy anyway, so honestly, this last pack could be a dud. Everything I pulled already was pretty crazy. No bottomless trap hole, which would have been nice to have for later, but man, Yada, Oppression, Creature Swap, Marauding Captain. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So all in all, 10 out of 10, man. Again, I honestly didn't think I was going to pull anything, but you can see here I got the Fiend Skull Dragon for the extra deck. I don't know if that's going to come up, but I got it now, so that's cool. Got the Creature Swap. That's crazy. The Lily, super amazing. The Yada is somewhere in here. I think I passed it wherever it's at. There it is. Yada Garasu. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. The twin-headed behemoth here is pretty cool too. Yeah, I'm super excited to go deck building, honestly. Here's the Creature Swap. Yeah. Man, what else was in here? Yep, there's the last turn. We're not going to play that, honestly. But Creature Swap, this is going to be pretty interesting. I'm actually really excited about Creature Swap, and I don't know why. We've got Spirit Monsters. We got Floaters. Honestly, this is pretty crazy. Alright guys, well, I'll see you in deck building. I have an idea of what I was going to do with the new starter deck, but all these new cards to mix in there might change a couple of card choices that I originally was going to go with. But yeah, man, this is going to be super awesome. I'll see you guys in deck building. I've got a lot to go over. Peace.
Alright guys, the deck this week is kind of wonky in a way. So once again, Jinzo, Summon Skull, they return as our strongest ace monsters. Of course, they're searchable by Witch of the Black Forest. Gem Elf, also searchable by Witch. I wouldn't search it over Jinzo or Summon Skull, however, but it's the strongest level 4 in the deck. I do have the Zombiras and the Dark Elf in the side deck, but Gem Elf is just too good to not play. Mystic Tomato to bring out the Witch of the Black Forest and the Sandgan. We got Wall of Illusions, which is still the MVP. Last game really didn't get to see it in all of its glory, but it's another day. Let's go ahead and see what happens with it. We got Witch of the Black Forest once again. My newest level 4, Kyoko the Ghost Destroyer. This card banished in the grave, which goes along with the strategy I'm going to try to employ today. We got Sandgan once again, the Searcher, our double Morphing Jar number 2s, the card that I think is going to win me this game, Fiber Jar. In conjunction with Kyoko, the plan is to basically just banish Justin's grave and then Fiber Jar it away slowly until he has nothing left. That's right, I'm playing a really shitty empty jar this week. Is it going to work? Can't really be sure, but we'll see what happens. Of course, the MVP here is Cyber Jar. We're adding Jowgen the Spiritualist to the deck here, just because alongside Cyber Jar and the Morphing Jars, cards are going to be special summoned to the field quite a bit, and Jowgen's just a nice out. And I have no idea what Justin could be having in this deck, so it's nice to have an out to special summons. We got the Disruptors returning once again, Hane Hane, Mana Earbug, the amazing Yada Garasu. The chances of this card hitting the field are pretty small right now, but that chance is all I need. If I can stop him from drawing for even the one turn, that's an amazing advantage. I'm running the 1 Magician of Faith. I just really wasn't sure if I wanted to run the 2, and I figure with the Fiber Jar, I'm probably going to be seeing this 1 quite a bit. We got the Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn, Premature, Dark Hole, Regeki, Change of Heart, Last Will, Giant Trunade, MST, Single Fisher, Tribute to the Doomed, and now we're adding Painful Choice to the lineup. I've had this card for a while and I just haven't used it because I haven't really had the deck for it. But I figure if I have to make Justin pick between adding, a Fiber Jar and a Yada Garasu to hand, it might be time to see play. And of course, I do want to thin out my deck because Fiber Jar is just going to recycle it anyways. Next up, we got Card Destruction to use alongside Kyoko and the Fiber Jar. We've got double Solums to make sure that my stuff goes off and Justin's doesn't. We got the 1 Mirror Force, the Call of the Haunted, the single Magic Cylinder just because I'm not sure if I'm going to need 2. It's in the side deck, but we'll see. We got double Time Seals because I want to stop Justin from drawing, and the 3rd is in the side deck as well. The very busted Royal Oppression. Again, this card is busted, but right now I'm not entirely sure because I don't know how much Justin's going to be special summoning. We got 2 Light Force Swords, bringing the total to 41 cards, just because I want to prevent him from drawing. The 3rd is once again in the side deck. Side deck, we're bringing back the Chain Energies, the Gravekeepers, and the Gravity Binds. We got double Zombiras. We got our anti-attack cards here, our Dark Elf just in case, the last Time Seal, the last Light Force Sword, and of course our second Magic Cylinder. This game's going to be gimmicky, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. I got a lot of good stuff, but this is the deck we're playing, and it's really just a matter of, can Justin stop the gimmick here? Either way, I'm looking forward to this duel.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the winning deck this week. Honestly, the more and more I look over this, the more insane it looks. This will be the first week outside of LB that I don't have some kind of clown in my deck, so that's a little sad, but we have moved on from that, and honestly, I don't see myself ever going back. This deck is just full of so many powerhouses. I don't know how I fit it all, but we're going to run through the card by card. I'm going to explain what I'm doing. Honestly, it's not too much that's changed from last week, but I think this deck is a lot more streamlined of what I was doing last week. So, of course, the main man himself, Jinzo, there's really no need to explain him. Obviously, we've shown how this card really just controls the format right now. After that, I'm still on double Gemini Elf, and I went to one Zombira the Dark. I knew for sure this week I wanted to run 3 beaters, but I couldn't decide which 3 to run. But in the end, I figured all 3 of these run over Ricardo's wall, and they all serve a very similar purpose, so I decided to go with Elf just because it can put some damage attacking directly. After that, of course, the Witch, the Sangan, just our searchers, Tomato to float into it. I'm still on Giant Rat, even though I'm not on the Clowns because, well, I'm still playing the Momongas because those worked out beautifully last week. But in addition, if you kind of fast forward all the way down towards the bottom, Injection Fairy Lily has now been added to the deck. I don't know how I got so lucky as to pull her, in addition pulling Yada beside her. Man, I didn't ask for this, but I will definitely take it. Lily is amazing, being searchable by Witch and Sangan, and again, I can float into it with Rat. Just being a searchable out to Jinzo, or really any big monster he throws my way, is gonna be so insane. It does cost some life points, so if Ricardo does go burn again, it could be risky, but we'll talk about that later as we get through the deck profile. Hopping all the way back here, I am still obviously on Magician of Faith. Recycling spell cards is amazing. Still have the 1 Man-Eater Bug just to be able to search and set to out whatever I might need. And for the new edition of the deck, 3 Thunder Dragon. We don't have any Chaos monsters yet, IOC has not come out, but Sinister Serpent was very popular at this time, and you know, with what cards we get to open in this series, well, this is the next best thing for us. Thunder Dragon just discards himself to add another copy of himself, or 2 copies of himself, so essentially it'll give me free discard fodder and deck thin by 2 cards. This, paired with something like my Tribute to the Doom and the newly added Graceful Charity, is going to be insane. All in all, Thunder Dragon is just there to increase the speed of the deck. There is the chance of drawing both of them, but at the end of the day, this is really just there to be for discard fodder. After that, I already talked about Lily, and then the new ace monster of our deck, Yatagarasu. So originally I didn't think I was going to be playing this card, but then I pulled it and changed my mind, obviously. This card is so insane it decided to make me go full turbo with Thunder Dragons, Charity, Upstart Goblin, Pot of Greed, all to dig for this one card. Now Sangan and Witch searches it, and Tomato will help me get there as well. But why am I trying to do this? Because Yada, well, if he pokes Ricardo directly, he does not get to draw next turn. So essentially, if I get Ricardo in a tough spot and get to poke some damage in, well, that just might be game over. After that, we have Darkhorn Raigeki just board wipes, clearing the way for stuff like Yatagarasu. Tribute to the Doomed, I already mentioned. Discarding stuff like Thunder Dragon is super free now. The new Mystical Space Typhoon, this is such a relief to see. Not only can I recycle it with Magician of Faith, but not only am I going to be able to out cards like Ricardo's burn cards and all his pesky back rows that he's been trying to set up, but I can recycle it with Witch, so even though I only have the 1, I can at least get multiple uses out of it. After that, we have the Snatch Steal and the new Change of Heart. So glad I have this now. Ricardo is going to be in a lot of trouble, especially because I have Creature Swap now. I think it's pretty funny that Ricardo was the one starting out with Change of Heart, and now I have 3 variants of Change of Heart. Things are starting to go my way. Being able to pass him my Sangan or my Witch, even giving him something like Tomato, Rat, Momonga. This is gonna be so hilarious. I can't wait to resolve this. And also, if I really wanted to, I could give him my Yada, because at the end of the turn, Yada will come back to my hand after I give it to him. After that, we're still on Knock, obviously one of the best removals in our deck. Monster Reborn, Premature Burial, no explanation needed. The 1 Upstart Goblin, it's funny, but I decided to put this in now. rather than earlier because, again, I'm just trying to turbo through this as best and efficiently as possible. So even though Ricardo has been on burn, I just feel like he won't take that route this week. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see how it plays out. Of course, Pot of Greed and the new Graceful Charity. I have such a good little draw engine starting to accumulate in my deck. I'm super glad I have this. I don't have Sinister Serpent, but hopefully Thunder Dragon will be its best friend. After that, of course, Delinquent Duo and Confiscation. Hopefully this week, I'll remember to pay my life points when activating this card. It wasn't really relevant, but still, I do need to make sure I'm paying the cost to activate this card whenever I use it. After that, going to the trap cards, I am on Call the Haunted, Solemn Judgment, Imperial Order, which I didn't see last week, so we'll see if I get it this week, Torrential Tribute, and now I have 2 Ultimate Offerings. I do have a lot less beaters this week, so I don't know how this is going to perform, but my logic is that I'll be able to summon a big monster and then also normal summon Yada, so it makes it to where even though Yada is more of a normal summon reliant card to get off, I can still extra normal summon other things to support it to hopefully make way to poke directly. And after that, the last card, 1 Magic Jammer. Coming out of the starter deck, I'm super happy I get to add this. It's essentially another Solemn Judgment for me. I know it's not as good as Solemn Judgment, but it stops all of Ricardo's power spells, and I do have to discard a card, but again, we are playing the double Thunder Dragon, so if we hit this card, the cost will be super free. All in all, I'm really liking how this list looks. The Ultimate Offerings are the only questionable thing, just because my monster pool is a little spread out right now, but in theory, with Yatagarasu, hopefully this will put in a lot of work. Now, the side deck is actually starting to look like a side deck. We got double D-Spell now because there's 1 in the starter deck. Again, just there to remove Ricardo's burn cards. Spiritualism, again, more back row removal. It was really great for us last week, but MST is definitely taking the main deck slot. Fisher has officially moved into the side deck. If Ricardo's more on a beatdown strategy, then I have these 6 cards to counter him. The Fishers for 1-for-1 removal and Trap Holes to stop his normal summon. Again, it's a Jinzo format, so honestly, as far as traps go, it has to be insanely powerful to warrant the main deck. After that, we have the newly acquired 7 Tools of the Bandit in case Ricardo decides to go very trap heavy. And after that, I just have some generic monsters to kind of sub out for whatever is or isn't working in my main deck. We have Zombir of the Dark, just in case I feel like I need more beaters. Arm Ninja, again, for more back row removal. I am not afraid of burn right now. I have Ninja, Spiritualism, Double D-Spell, the MST in the main deck. I am so prepared. In addition, there's Imperial Order, and Magic Jammer can technically stop stuff too, but yeah, I'm just not sweating it anymore. The second Maneater Bug is the new addition to the side deck. If I just feel like I need the removal, it's in the side now that I have one. The newly acquired Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I just threw it in here because it's a pretty decent beater. I don't know if it's going to be relevant, but if Ricardo's on something that's pretty grave reliant, then I could put this in. And the final card, Swords of Revealing Light. Just something else I could throw in if he's on a stall tactic, just to let me slowly draw into the cards I need. That way I can out whatever's in front of me. Once again, the extra deck's pretty irrelevant. Got a new card to add to it, the Fiend Skull Dragon. Maybe someday we'll start using these fusions, but for now, they just get to sit and look pretty. But that's it, guys. I'm feeling super confident. I feel like this deck is going to be pretty turbo. Now, sure, there might be some times where I might be still setting and passing, but I feel like once I get the right combination of cards, this deck will go off. I don't know what Ricardo's going to bring this week, but I would be very shocked if it's something that's as fast as my deck. I'm going to hit him up right now, and I hope he's ready, because this is going to be pretty epic. What's up, Ricardo? How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Pulls are interesting this week, so...
Yeah? You didn't,
yeah.
You actually didn't message me this week. I was kind of curious, because normally you like message me, whether it's good or bad, and you're normally like, oh my god, my pulls are so insane, bro, you're going down. I didn't hear anything from you, so I was like, maybe this week he actually didn't pull that good.
I pulled some ridiculous stuff, but the question is, am I going to be able to do anything with it?
That's kind of scary. Honestly, there's a lot of really cool stuff in this set. And a lot of it applies to the future as well. There's just some good trap cards, good monster cards. Honestly, this is just like in all rarity slots, there's like something that's, valuable. Yeah. And I really like that about this set.
This introduces Rhoda, it introduces Yatagarasu.
Yeah, that's
what is it? Royal Oppression. It's a busted pack. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of this pack, in terms of like the heavy hitters, is banned. Last Turn's in this as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of banned cards in this set, honestly, just thinking about it. And even if they're not banned, they get touched on the ban list in some way throughout history. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This set's really stupid.
Yeah. But honestly, and for me, the most exciting thing about this episode is the starter decks. How happy are you with the Joey starter deck, honestly? You can tell me now that I know
good.
You got it.
There's some stuff that I wanted to put in, and I just was like, I don't have the room for it right now. Just because but we'll see what happens after this episode. Like, my spell lineup hasn't really changed much since episode, 2, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just adding to it, and it's like, okay, well, what do I do this week? Oh, well, I can't touch the spells because those are all absolutely busted.
All these broken one-ups that I feel bad for having in my deck, all the other players had at this time period. It's pretty crazy to think about it. Now, once we get past, IOC, when the first ban lists actually start coming around, then it's going to be crazy because we're going to have access to cards that should be banned, and we'll see how that plays out in history. But right now, with how our decks are going and having access to these starter decks and all, it just kind of gives us it almost makes it to where our series plays out closer to how Yu-Gi-Oh actually played out in, back in 2003. Yeah. It's pretty cool. You ready to kick this episode off, man?
Yep.
I'm not going to lie, even before my opening, I was talking a little smack because I just feel like with the starter deck, even before I spun my wheel, I was just like, you know what? Now the way I'm going to build this deck, it's just going to be too powerful, man. I feel really good. I'm not going to lie. All right. Here we go. Starting it out strong. Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh.
Ooh. Is that our first draw?
Right?
Yeah. What is this?
So.
Huh. All right. Oh, man. Let's see what happens now. All right.
I doubled down.
That's what happens, man. You trust the rock. It's all about paper gang, baby. All right.
The rock let me down.
All right, Ricardo, I'm going to go first. Good luck, man. You're definitely going to need it. All right. Drawing for turn. Standby main. I think I'm going to start off with doing a nice, humble T-set and pass.
All right. Here we go. Opening draw. All right. I'm going to start off with an old favorite. Here's Pot of Greed.
A classic.
Draw 1. Draw 2. Alright. I don't want to play this. Alright. I'm going to set 1 card face down. And I'm going to set 2 back row. And I'll pass.
Alright. Starting my turn. Standby main phase.
Yep.
Let's see. What could that be? All right. Well, if it's Magician of Faith, then I guess you get to Pot of Greed twice. I'm going to flip summon my Mystic Tomato.
Yep.
And we're going to go to battle.
Okay.
And poke.
Once again, here it is, the MVP.
I already know. Okay, we're going to take 450 life points. And all right, we're going to the hand. That one's not that bad. Honestly, the last few episodes, whenever I've attacked into this, it's been at a point where it's so critical and so devastating. Right now, being so early, I'm not sweating it that bad. I'm glad I got it over with now, honestly. Main phase 2, let's see here. I think I am going to set 1 monster, and I will set 1 more back row and pass the turn.
All right. At your end phase, I will activate Time Seal.
Sure. That's good.
Here we go. Draw. Standby main. I'm going to go ahead and set 1 monster face down. Place 1 card face down. And I'll pass on that.
All right, starting the turn, I skip my draw phase. All right, we're going to go to main phase 1. And we're going to flip summon Tomato again. And go to battle phase, and this time we'll attack the other set monster.
So this time it is the Magician of Faith.
Okay.
So I will add Pot of Greed back to hand.
Sounds good. All right, I will go to main phase 2, and I'll set another monster. And go ahead. Let's get another +1 for you there, bud.
At your end phase, I will activate Light Force Sword.
Okay. So this banishes a random card, or do you just pick, or let's see.
It's a random card. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it's a 3, so I'm going to go ahead and middle card.
Okay, so I banish this face down. Looks like you're on like some kind of hand control. Did that mean you pulled like Yatagarasu or something? That's kind of scary, bro.
Who's to say? I activate Pot of Greed once again.
Do what? Yeah, you're good, man.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and set 1 monster face down, and I will set 2 cards face down, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, starting turn. This is the first standby phase. I'm just gonna go straight to battle, and this tomato's trying to see trying to see everything. Attack again. Got another Magician of Faith.
We're gonna go ahead and shuffle everything back into the deck because that's Morphing Jar number 2.
Okay, so to the top of it,
and then we excavate until we have the same number of monsters, and they're placed in face down defense mode.
Okay, you get 1 and I get 2, right?
Yeah.
All right, got Gemini Elf. Oh, and a Nimble Mamanga. Set. And set. I think I will set a card in main phase 2 and end the turn.
So I'm going to go ahead and set 1 monster face down in this incredibly riveting play. And I'll pass.
All right. Starting the turn. Standby phase on number 2. Main phase 1. I am going to go ahead and flip summon the Gemini Elf.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go to battle. Let's see what this guy is.
So that is the Witch of the Black Forest.
Okay.
So I will be searching for one of my favorite monsters, Jinzo.
Sounds good. Main phase 2. I'll just set 1 more card and end the turn.
All right. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to go ahead and activate Giant Trunade.
Okay. Thinking about this. Tell you what. Honestly, I think you can't kill me this turn, and I think I could do something about it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and let that resolve. I'll take everything.
All right. I will flip summon my Maneater Bug.
Yep.
And I will destroy your face down card.
Sounds good.
Now I'll tribute Maneater Bug off.
Yep.
And summon Jinzo to the field.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to battle and have Jinzo run over the Gemini Elf.
There it goes.
Main phase 2. I'm going to go ahead and set 3, and I'll pass.
All right, starting the turn. I'm going to go ahead and activate the spell card Tribute to the Doomed.
Yep.
I think what I'm going to do is discard this Offerings, or Ultimate Offerings, to pop the Jinzo. Oh, okay.
So this is standby phase 3.
Yes, thank you. Forgot about that. So next turn I get my card back.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and start it off with a normal summon of the good old boy, Yatagarasu.
Oh, that's an issue.
You got Solemn Judgment or Mirror Force, or what do you got back there, bud? You got a lot of traps, so it kind of makes me nervous.
You're good on this one.
All right, let's try to poke.
Get that bitch out of my face, boy.
No problem. Glad I got rid of it. Main phase 2. I'm going to set 3 again, and I'm going to end my turn.
All right, here we go. How do I want to do this? This is the safest option. I will set 1 card face down and end my turn.
All right, starting turn, And standby phase, I get this card back to my hand.
Yep. I dream of the day when our turns aren't set pass, set pass.
Oh, come on, man. That's always fun. I think I'm going to pass.
Okay.
I'll give you another turn.
I'm going to go ahead and set one card face down, and I'll pass.
Sweet. All right. Drawing for turn. All right. Standby main phase. I'm going to activate a monster. It's not new, but it's new to my deck. I'm going to activate the effect of Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, that is good.
And I'm going to add 2 copies to my hand. All good there, bud?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to follow up with Graceful Charity.
Yeah, that too is good.
Oh, yeah. Free 3 cards. I love it. Oh, baby. All right. Well, I already know what 2 I'm going to discard here. The 2 Thunder Dragons. And you had double Pot of Greed, but Graceful Charity and my Pot of Greed feels just as good.
Ooh. Yeah, you're good.
All right. Another +1. All right, we're still digging. We're gonna activate Upstart Goblin now, and we're gonna draw another one.
Fine with me.
And now we got a killer hand.
Man, that is scary to look at. That's essentially an entirely new hand.
Oh yeah, I just got a free 6 cards. I saw 6 cards this turn. That's pretty crazy. Let's see. So many things I can do now. All right, so I think I'm gonna start it off with Raigeki.
Well, damn. I'm going to have to activate Solemn on that.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad you did it, because that's what, 4,500 life points you have to pay?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I'll have to activate mine as well.
Damn.
And go, I think that's 3525? Oh, yeah. We can math.
That one hurts.
Cyberjar, and what was the other one? I missed it.
The MVP.
Oh, he came back. Not today, my friend.
Tragic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see. There's a lot of things I could do still. Got 5 cards in hand, man. This is crazy. I think all I'm going to do is normal summon Witch of the Black Forest.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're going to poke for 11. All right, main phase 2. I'll set another card. And pass the turn.
All right. This is pretty scary, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and set 1 card, right. And then I'm gonna activate Card Destruction.
I think I am gonna respond to the card destruction though.
Yeah.
So this is another card that came from the starter deck that I'm very happy to add. This is Magic Jammer.
Magic Jammer.
Yes, sir. I am going to discard Gemini Elf to negate.
Okay. Damn, that's tough for me, but I'll have to pass there.
All right. Starting turn. What could that set card be?
All I'm gonna say is, if I were you, I wouldn't attack into it.
Well, that's fine. I don't really plan on doing that, if I'm honest. I'm gonna activate Mystical Space Typhoon, targeting your set card.
It's a good choice there.
Oppression? Is that what that is? That's funny. Dang, you're trying to play Oppression early, huh? What are you afraid of, my friend?
A lot of things.
There is a couple cards. What, like Monster Reborn and Premature Burial and stuff like that? All right, Change of Heart.
Change of Heart?
Yeah, buddy. This is in my deck now. And yeah, this one's probably the best one because I can do whatever the heck I want with that monster. Let me see what you got, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not letting me see. I have to flip it to see it. Let's see. Oh, really? Fiber jar? Man, these jars just love you, man. I didn't pull a single jar in all the openings. Not even the trap. The Jar of Greed. Didn't even pull that.
So I think my first 4 packs, the first one was like whatever, but then it was like Oppression in the second one. Yada in the third, and then Fiber Jar in the fourth.
That's crazy. Well, I guess the more important thing is I wonder if you're still playing Karibo. Because if not, that's game, bud.
Oh, shit. that looks like it's going to be game to me.
All right. Special summon Gemini Elves. And that's 3 pokes for game, my friend.
Said I forgot you got Change of Heart.
You forgot I got Change of Heart? Oh, yeah. That was like, no matter what starter deck I chose, I got that card, so I was super excited. That's why I was so pumped in Magic Ruler when I got Snatch Steal, because I knew, like, in the beginning you started out with Change of Heart, so you had a really big edge for having a powerful card like that, but I just knew if I waited it out, now having my own Change of Heart, plus the Snatch Steal, I don't know, man. My card pool, like, I mentioned it earlier, my card pool, while it's still not perfect, I think it's honestly getting more and more insane, and I would argue it's almost just as good as yours, because I got a couple cards you don't have now, and you still have a couple cards I don't have, which is pretty scary, but yeah, man, we're catching up to each other.
All right, so here we go. I'm taking first. Here's the opening draw.
Good luck, bud. You're gonna need it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and set 1, set 2, and then I'm gonna activate an old favorite, Chain Energy.
All right, sounds good, man.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, starting turn. Standby phase, main phase.
Yep.
I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pay 500 life points to set a card.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pay 500 life points to set another card. And that's gonna be it. Your turn, bud.
All right. Draw. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pay 500 to normal summon Witch of the Black Forest.
Sounds good.
Then I will flip summon my Wall of Illusion.
Dang.
And go to battle.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I'll go ahead and go Witch to the face down.
All right, this is Sangan, so I'm going to get a search. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab Maneater Bug to my hand.
Okay.
All right, and then what's next? You're going to attack with the wall?
Yeah.
All right, taking 1,000.
And go ahead and pass on that.
Starting turn. Stand by main. Okay, I'm gonna go to main phase 1. And I think what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and normal summon Zombira the Dark.
That's good.
Alright, that cost me 500 life points. And we're gonna go to battle, and we're gonna attack your wall.
So that's 1,100 for me.
Yes, sir. And then I lose 200 attack points.
No, it goes back to hand.
Sounds good. Main phase 2, I will set a card and pass the turn.
Well, for your sake, I hope that your face down is a Solemn Judgment, because I am normal summoning Yatagarasu.
No, you're good.
Let's go to battle.
Yes, sir.
Yada attacks for 200.
On the attack declaration of
Yeah.
Yada, I'm going to activate Call of the Haunted, targeting my Sangan.
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
All right. Sounds good. Half of your life points for a 200 poke.
And I got to pay the 500 for Yada as well. Wait, no. So that'd be...
For normal summoning, yeah. Normal summon Yada pays 5, and then you pay half of whatever that is. So,
yeah.
Whatever that puts you at. I think that's 59. Yeah.
Gotta do some math real quick.
That's 29.50.
I don't know if I can trust you more than a machine, but I'll take your word for it.
Once you enter it, you'll...
Yeah.
Boom. Math.
All right.
All right. So 200 is good.
And then
I don't get to draw
Witch.
next turn.
Yeah, and then Witch for 1,100.
That is good.
All right, main phase 2. I'm gonna have to pay the 500 here.
Okay.
To set one card. And then I will end my turn, and Yada will go right back to my hand.
Okay. We're going to start turn without drawing. Go into main phase. Alright. I'm kind of holding this, but I'm going to fire it off just because I feel like I need to see some cards. So I'm going to pay 5 to activate Graceful Charity.
Yeah.
Drawing 3. Oh, baby. And discarding 2. Wow. The 2 I'm going to discard is going to be Gemini Elf. And I'm going to go the Zombie of the Dark.
Okay.
And I'm going to pay another 500 life points because Graceful Charity into Pot of Greed is just too strong.
You know, I gotta regret my hand control here because you're just gonna keep drawing anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just sitting on that Charity in my hand. I'm like, okay, if he really locks me out of drawing, or if you like time seal me or something, then at least I could fall back on that. It's funny, game 1 when you light Force Sword, you hit my Charity that was just sitting in my hand also, because I was like either waiting to hit Thunder Dragon or like be in a spot where I couldn't draw, because it's not like we have like Sinister or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so well, right off the bat, I am going to deck thin a little and get 2 more Thunder Dragons.
Yep.
Life points are getting low, but that's actually almost to my benefit because you're running low yourself. Alright, I'm just going to pay the 500 to activate Mystical Space Typhoon on your set card.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and activate it then. That is Time Seal.
Okay. No problem. I am going to now normal summon my Witch of the Black Forest.
Yeah, so at the cost of 500 life points.
And we'll crash.
Alright.
So you're Chain Link 2, so you'll search first.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab my own Gemini Elf.
Alright. We'll see what you do. I'm going to go ahead and add Jinzo to my hand. And in main phase 2, I will set a new card at the cost of 500 and pass.
Here we go. That back row's scaring me, not gonna lie. Alright, your call's already in there. You don't have Mirror Force. You might have a Solemn.
How aggressive are you going to be, bud?
I'm going to go for game here and summon the boy, Kyoko the Ghost Destroyer.
Oh, snap. All right, summon's good. It costs you 500, right?
Yep.
And you want to attack?
I will go to battle. And let's see if Kyoko pulls it through.
Yeah, you got it, man. It was a bluff. All right, man. Game 3. Try to get you with a bluff. I realized halfway through, once you searched the Gemini, I was like, well, I'm at 17. Slowly got whittled away, but you didn't fall for it.
I was wondering, did you get the bottomless? Did you have a trap hole set? Did you ever one Solemn?
There was a lot that I could have had set, honestly, but no, it was nothing. All right. We are going to draw for turn.
Yep.
And go to main phase 1.
Yeah.
So this is a little sad, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go ahead and activate Thunder Dragon's effect to add.
Yep.
And I'm going to add 1 copy of Thunder Dragon in my hand. Hey, don't laugh, bro. Yeah, because I got Pot of Greed, so that's just as good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set a monster and set a back row because classic T-set is the only way. Your turn.
Here we go. Opening draw. Man, this hand kind of sucks, but Alright, so I've had this card for a while, but I have yet to play it.
Oh.
So let's hope that I'm making the right choice here with Painful Choice.
Okay. Interesting. All right. This card is crazy,
All
but
right, so
it's okay right now. But it's as the series goes on, this card
Right.
will obviously be insane.
damn, why's my deck got so many power cards?
Yeah, that's such a burden, right? Such a painful choice.
And I will go ahead and say this is going to be card 5.
Insane. Okay. Let's see. 5 cards. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give you Summon Skull.
Alright, so that'll go to hand. And I'm going to go ahead and set 1 and pass.
All right. Starting turn. All right. I'm going to be pretty passive here. I think I'm just going to set a monster and pass the turn.
Alright. Well, monkey see, monkey do. I will pass.
All right. Starting turn. I will go to main phase 1. And you know what? I'm going to set another one.
Damn.
And end the turn.
All right. Here's a nice little sign. I'm going to go ahead and flip summon my Maneater Bug.
Okay. There's a lot of choices.
I'm going to pop this card right here.
Ooh, good choice. This was Nimble Mamanga.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to go ahead and activate MST and hit your back row.
All right. Magic Jammer.
Now, I'm going to
Make way for
flip
the
summon
Oh, okay.
Hain, and I'll bounce this card back to hand.
Oh, the new one. Okay.
Now I'll go ahead and tribute Maneater Bug and bring out Summon Skull.
Sounds good.
Battle phase.
Yep.
Summon Skull attacks the face down.
It's another So that'll be 1,000 life points for your boy, and we're gonna get another hamster.
All right.
Sets it. You want to attack it with Hain?
Hain will attack it and give you the 1,000.
5 figures, baby.
And I'll go ahead and end my turn on that.
Cool. All right, starting turn. I don't know if this will solve, though, honestly, but we'll try it. Tribute to the Doom, discarding Thunder Dragon. Trying to pop the Summon Skull.
That will be unfortunately good.
Let's start with a normal summon of Giant Rat.
Yeah.
And let's poke.
So that'll be 950.
Yeah. Main phase 2. I will pass.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and summon my newest friend, the homie Kyoko.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go to battle here.
Yep.
And I will attack the giant rat.
So 400 life points of damage, and you're going to use Kaiku's effect to banish. I'm going to activate Rat's effect to summon from the deck.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of... I'll just banish a Thunder Dragon.
All right, and the Rat is going to special summon a new card. Injection Fairy Lily.
Damn,
that's
scary. Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and go to main phase 2.
Yeah.
And set 1.
Okay.
And pass.
All right. I'm going to start my turn. Go to main phase 1.
Yeah.
And, I think I'm chilling for a minute. So I think I'm just going to set 1 and set 1 more. And I think that'll do it for me.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and activate Pot of Greed.
Oh, good card.
Draw here. All right.
No, you're not supposed to be happy off of what you draw, man. Come on.
I'll set 1, and I'll activate what might be my strongest card in this series so far, Chain Energy.
This card's a joke. All right.
Then I will pass.
Starting turn. All right, standby phase and main phase. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go to the battle phase. Let's see what happens. Attack.
Before that,
Oh, okay. Before we go to battle,
I'm gonna go ahead, call the Haunted.
this is in main phase or in battle phase?
Main phase.
Okay. Call a haunted targets what?
Summon Skull.
Summon Skull. Okay. Interesting. Well, all right. Well, this is going to be kind of funny, Ricardo. I mean, you got 2 set back rows, so I don't know if this is going to resolve, but I got a new spell card in this set. There's not a lot of good spell cards, but there's a couple. And I'm going to activate one. Let's activate Creature Swap.
All right.
So here you go. Here's your Man-Eater Bug. I'll gladly take that Summon Skull.
Damn, what a tragedy.
Battle phase. Let's attack.
Yeah.
You got that Mirror Force, bud?
No, but I got a
Oh.
magic cylinder.
Let's see. Oh, real quick. I was supposed to pay 500 for that creature swap. So I take 2,500. And then, all right, I'm going to pass turn. No reason in paying
All
2,000 life points to run over a Man-Eater. Worst case, you tribute for a Jinzo, and I'm still stronger.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move Man-Eater to defense,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna set one at the cost of 500 life points,
sounds great.
and then I'll set one back row at the
Mm.
cost of 500.
Sounds good.
And I'm gonna have to end on that.
All right, starting turn. Standby, main phase. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I think I'm obligated to do this right now. I'm going to activate Nobleman of the Crossout. I'm paying 500 to banish this
Damn.
card.
That hurts.
Nice. I don't have any jars in my deck, as you know. All right, we are going to go ahead and enter the battle phase, and we're going to attack with Summon Skull.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to attack with Lily, but I'm not going to pay life points.
I'm gonna go ahead and circle the Lily.
Sure. Sounds good. Main phase 2, I will pay 500 to set a card. Okay. I don't think that's a Scapegoat you have set, just because you probably would have flipped it. So, your turn.
All right. Well, you called it. Here is Dark Hole.
Yeah, no problem. You get your Summon Skull back, and the Lily goes to the grave. And then your continuous cards
Well,
go to the grave.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay another 500 life points though.
Sounds
To
good.
normal summon Yatagarasu.
Ooh, that's a really good card, man.
Now go to battle,
Yeah, battle phase is good.
and Yata attacks directly.
I'm going to activate Call of the Haunted.
I will respond
Okay.
with Royal Oppression.
Paying, what is it? 800 life points?
800.
And I will respond. I think I'm going to chain Mystical Space Typhoon, which thankfully the starter deck Pegasus has gifted me. So Chain Link's resolve, Mystical Space Typhoon will destroy Oppression, and Lily will get special summon from the graveyard.
Damn.
Wanna
That
crash?
is a problem. Gonna have to go to the end of the turn here and bring Yata back to hand.
If ever there were a time to top deck Yata, now is the time, man. Come on, Yata. Okay, not Yata. But I'm putting you on a 2-turn clock if I do attack. This is pretty intense, man. This is a close game. Okay, so if I do... Oh, you'll only be able to activate or set one more card after this. Yep, I'm going to have to do it, man.
Damn, that's scary.
Yep, going to battle, and we're going to attack for 34 by paying 2,000 life points. So you can activate one more card, bud. Looks like your chain energy might be helping me out.
Pretty scary.
I'm trying to think.
Pretty scary.
What can you top deck? Honestly, I can't really think of it. Maybe Monster Reborn gets you. No, I mean, even that. Like, getting over Lily, I don't know how you do it. I just pass.
Heart of the cards.
Good luck, bud.
Guide me.
That'll be 500 life points.
My final monster.
All right. Start turn. Only card that saves you right now is Cyberjar. And you draw that card a lot. Because honestly, Cyberjar is like the only card that gets you back into this. And I'm going to be so upset if that's really what you top deck. Cyberjar. Oh, man. Okay, thinking. Okay. You know what? I'm going to wait one turn. I'm going to pay 500 to set a card.
Yeah.
And show me the jar, man.
Unfortunately, I have to pass.
All right, it's not the jar. All right. Normal summon, Gemini Elf.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to battle.
Cost you 500.
And I will attack your set monster.
Damn, 50 points.
That's right. All your win conditions are no good anymore, Ricardo. Your chain energy, your wall of illusion. Get that out of here, man. All right. My new waifu, the Bay. Injection Fairy Lily. Attacking for game.
What a tragic way to go. Chain energy. My own card.
You know, it's so funny because I was thinking about it, and last episode you really didn't go the burn route. So this time I thought maybe you'd fall back on it because it worked for you in the past. But I just felt like our decks are getting so teched out and so powerful that 500 life points, every card sucks. But at the end of the day, the second somebody gets ahead of life and gets ahead on board presence, then it doesn't matter. And I think this kind of demonstrates why chain energy is really good in like a deck that's like really devoted to burn install. But like, I don't know. How do you think it? How do you like? Did you like it this time around? I mean, obviously you unfortunately lost to it, but
so the last game I thought it did good because I got it early on. This game I got it a little later, so I don't think it helped as much. What really hurt more than anything though was just that oppression being MST'd.
Yep. I also actually had a 7 tools set. I had been sitting on this for quite some time. This also came in the starter deck, and I just figured I was a little surprised to see you playing oppression. Like, there's stuff that it can stop, you know, but I just figured oppression really started to shine in Synchro era, so it caught me off guard, that's for sure. But
I've been running because what was it last game or was it the game before that where you kept bringing back Jinzo?
I gotcha. So you just wanted to have an answer to like my reborn and my premature and all that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, what all did you? How did your pulls go? Honestly.
So you saw the Yada, you saw the Fiber Jar, and the Oppression. That was about it.
Just one oppression?
Yeah, just the one.
Any bottomlesses or anything like that?
Not a single bottomless.
That's funny.
Not a single Rhoda.
Yeah, I didn't get any of the
hurting.
warrior stuff either. No Rhoda, no Exile Force. So that was a little disappointing. I didn't get bottomless either. I did get Royal Oppression as well, but I decided not to play it. I just feel like it's going to be a little bit better when the extra deck's around, but it has its applications.
Yeah, this set was busted, but I feel like I didn't pull great, but I didn't pull bad either.
Yeah. Like for me, so I pulled the creature swap, which you just saw, and then the Lily that you saw. So that was pretty awesome. The Lily, I really liked because, well, I talked about it in the deck profile. I could bring it out off Giant Rat, so it's like one of those things that's just going to stop you from attacking. Plus, it's searchable by Witch and Sangan, so it's just a normal summon that can just run over Jinzo. Because honestly, it feels like it's a Jinzo format right now. You know what I mean? But other than that, you saw the Yada. So I guess we both have Yada, and that's kind of cancerous. You went a little more hard in the hand control department. I was thinking about doing it myself, but I was just so worried that you would go back to burn, which you did, that I just didn't want to play cards that are neg-1s, like Time Seal and stuff like that. I mean, technically Time Seal's a 1-for-1 because you lose a card and then I don't draw a card. But it's slower, and again, it's just like, it's not going to get me back into the game, and I think I need to get ahead as soon as possible, which is why I added like the Thunder Dragons, because it just thins the deck. Upstart Goblin, even though it's at 1, just thins the deck. Graceful Charity obviously is like a house. So being able to discard those with the Thunder Dragons is obviously like really crazy.
I hope you do hat trick me. I'm going to pick up another Yugi deck. I'll pick up a second Wall of Illusion. And we'll see what happens.
You're like, you know what? I don't even need the Graceful Charity. I don't need a second MST. Yep. I'm going all the way back. I'm getting no second Scapegoat, and I'm gonna go straight back and get a second Last Will, a second Wall of Illusion, and a second Summon Skull.
Yep. I'm gonna crash my Wall of Illusion, Last Will, a second Wall of Illusion.
Oh man! All right, bud. Well, super excited. Next episode's gonna be intense, especially for you. Not gonna lie. I mean, who knows how I'll pull, but this deck, it kind of played out how I thought. I didn't get Yada off, but it sped through. It dug for the power cards when I needed them.
Yeah. Yada could have come in clutch for me, but Graceful Charity said no, so I'm going to have to rethink this whole hand control thing.
Yeah, man. It's kind of annoying that we both have Yadas, but I didn't really even resolve my Yada. I think I saw it twice, and I don't think I used it once. Like one time it baited a Mirror Force. So, but what do you do?
Yeah.
All right, bud. Well, this was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to next week. Hopefully I get the hat trick, and well, hopefully you bring your A game. We'll see how it goes.
We will see.
All right, bud. It was good playing with you. Always fun.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.